What I can appreciate about Passport Bros is I think it's an effective flag being raised for Western women as well. I'm not necessarily saying that they're going to find someone. I'm not saying that they're not going to get screwed over. I'm not even necessarily saying that I would encourage men to go do it. Like you said, if you want to, cool. The motivation for it is the fact that men are still expected to act very traditionally. They're expected to be very chivalrous. They're expected to be protectors. Maybe they're not expected to provide to the same extent now that women can essentially match them on income. But if that's what a man's duty to you is, to be chivalrous, it's very, very loosely defined what a woman's duty to a man is.
It's very ambiguous.
And that is why I think they go to places where they are actually taught from a young age how to treat a man. What is your duty to a man?
There's this powerful study, gentlemen, that I've been talking about a lot. You've probably seen it all over social media. It's done by the Census Bureau and a lot of other national data statistics centers. They're talking about what is going to happen by 2030 in terms of relationships. By 2030, 50% of women will be without a man. So that is where the West, the United States as a whole, is heading towards, because men ultimately want women with traditional values. Why do you think Passport Bros is such a big thing right now? Men want to go overseas. Then you have the other group of men, many of which comment on my channel, they're done with women. And men can handle that. Do we want it? Not necessarily. So this is going to be a huge issue that women are ultimately going to have to deal with as the options cease to exist. What do you guys think about that?
Is dating today, in your opinion, harder than it's ever been?
I was friends with my boyfriend before we started dating, and I feel like that's a more natural transition than like seeing features on your screen and trying to make a decision based on like a list of things.
People just try and avoid things because I think they're scared to say things straight up.
One red flag and you're kind of like, oh, I could go find somewhere else. You don't need to have one person when you could have like 5.
Honestly, I don't know. I've had really bad luck. So everything. Like, I've been treated like shit.
I think a big part of it is because of social media.
People see a lot, they are exposed to a lot. They're always looking for better, 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 better.
Everyone is always looking for the best thing, and they always think something else is around the corner, and you almost have too much access to too many people.
Would you date a girl who's on OnlyFans?
No. But I respect the hustle, though. But couldn't be for... No, that's not me, but I respect the hustle.
What if she was on OnlyFans after her dad was hospitalized and she has to pay the hospital bills?
I don't know. Am I already in a relationship with this woman?
Yes.
Oh, my God. That's tough.
He's in the hospital.
He's in the hospital? We got health care, though. You know what I mean? We're in Canada. Is he not fine?
No, but
if we were in America, different story, man.
Okay, you're in America. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. She's a 10, but she can't cook.
Oh, that's tough. I mean, wow, that's tough.
The issue with the dating environment and society at large is that every single woman is attempting to find the right person rather than trying to be the right person.
So what do you suggest the women in the West do if everyone's advice is for men in the West to look elsewhere for a wife? What happens to all the women in the West then?
Well, that one study we referenced that said by 2030 or something, 50% of the women will be without a man. So that's the direction we're heading, because the men that are looking for those traditional values are starting to go overseas, and then the other half of the men are just checking out completely. They don't want to deal with women at all. So this is going to be a big issue that women are going to deal with in the future as their options dwindle.
I got a little news flash for all the Western ladies out there, the big ones that say, oh, you know, you don't want to take us out on dates anymore, you don't want to spend money. Oh, guys have been walking away for years from dating. They have been using hookups. They have been going monk mode. They've been getting foreign traditional ladies. They have been getting escorts, sugar babies. Why do they need you? Spending money listening to your bad attitude on a date like a fucking interview? I don't think so. And of course, Western men are a lot happier and you're a lot more miserable. So unfortunately, all you're going to be doing for the next few years is dealing with your cats, boxed wine, and dying alone.
Dating's a nightmare. Dating is so bad. Oh, it's so bad. It's hard, you know, like we call people civilians if you're not in the business. So civilians don't like that I have sex with a lot of dick. They don't like that. It makes guys very uncomfortable, and it makes them very insecure. I mean, I have sex with huge penises. like big, like this is what I do every day. So a guy that's like 6 inches, which is totally fine and which feels amazing, he's like, but I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not Manuel.
Yeah.
And it's just irritating, and I understand it. I'm compassionate of it. It's very hard to date someone that has sex every single day with other people. And there's the jealousy factor, there's this do I size up factor, there's the idea that all of your friends have seen me naked and seen me with things inside me. You know, that's not going to go away. There's always going to be my holes on the internet.
I hate to break it to you, I think that we've just got a very, very selfish culture of women. And to any women out there that say I have internalized misogyny or anything like that, that would require that I have a problem with women worldwide. I do not have a problem with women worldwide. I have a problem with Western women. And if you think that I'm just like making this up out of nowhere, reflect on the fact that there are Western men that are flying out east to find wives. Are Eastern men coming out west to find wives? No. Where in the world are men flying out in droves to marry American women? Nobody wants us. Why? We're big, we're selfish. We don't want to hear anything. You can't tell me to eat less. You can't tell me to change my life. You can't tell me it's not about me.
You go find a wife in the Philippines or Thailand or wherever these places are that are overseas. They're just happy to be rescued from their poverty-stricken life.
That in and of itself is racist. You see how quick the claws come out? The bitterness, the seething anger, triggered that passport bros are finding happiness in foreign lands because she can't do the same.
Do you not find that amusing? How much some women would go to in order to justify their undesirable behavior, like keeping an OnlyFans account online.
Surefire way to push a sex worker away, specifically like, you know, the ones of us that like do content and shit, like, and like we're just like newly talking and shit, and then you're like, oh, we should do content together. You lose. I don't want to talk to you anymore after that.
The lengths to which women will go to justify the questionable choices or OnlyFans accounts of other women is almost comical. We can all agree that the most implausible reason for a woman to have an OnlyFans account is if her father is ill and in the hospital. We are all aware that women's OnlyFans accounts do not have any secret agendas. For just this reason, males are growing increasingly wary about dating women. And that wraps up today's episode of Manosphere Daily. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as a new video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.